All right, good evening, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and the National Dispatchers Network, and it is Thursday evening, and the time now is 7:16, so it is time for our live How to Dispatch training. Last week, we did the dispatch agreement and the carrier profile form. So today, we are going to do rate. We did the carrier agreement. Yeah, we did the carrier agreement and the dispatch agreement and the carrier profile form. So once you do that and you send that over to them, they get that signed and everything. This is that. Then we actually tonight we're supposed to be doing load acquisitions, because after you get it signed and everything, I actually got ahead of myself. We're not supposed to be doing rate cons tonight. We're supposed to be doing load acquisitions. How to go onto the load boards and actually find the freight. Okay, because I was about to skip a step. Y'all was gonna let me just skip the whole load acquisition thing and go straight to rate cons and just skip a step. All right, so let's go back. We're gonna do. I know the title says rate confirmation, but it's actually going to be load acquisition. I'll change the title on YouTube after we finish the broadcast. But tonight's broadcast is going to be on load acquisitions, okay? And then next week it'll be rate confirmations and it'll be rate cons and BOLs, okay? But we're also going to discuss tonight, how do you get your money from a carrier who is refusing to pay you? That's kind of a last minute thing that I'm adding for tonight, because I've had a gentleman call me today and I was discussing that with him, and there is actually a 100% surefire way for you to get paid, how to get your money from a carrier who is refusing to pay you. And it's so obvious, I don't know why people have overlooked it for so long. I've actually done it 4 times since 2016, and since I've been dispatching freight, I've actually done it 4 times, and all 4 times I got my money. Okay, and I'm gonna share that with y'all. And it's so obvious. It's the obvious answer, and everybody seems to be overlooking it. Nobody seems to want to go that route, but it is the only way that guarantees that you'll get your money from a carrier who doesn't want to pay you. But we'll get into that later. But tonight we're doing load acquisition. I was going to do rate cons. I even had unloaded up my old rate cons and everything to show y'all what the rate cons look like and all that type of stuff. But then I realized I was skipping a step. So we're going to do load acquisitions tonight. All right. Damon has joined us in the back office. Marquita, Michelle, and Sophia Moore. You are all live with us. How y'all doing tonight? Hope y'all are having a good night. And let me start sharing my screen. Share my screen. All right, and we have some people with us on YouTube. Make the knowledge of y'all. I know look, YouTube guys, I apologize. The broadcast is not coming clear on YouTube. I don't know why that is, but it's very like choppy on YouTube. I don't know what the deal is. I've got full bars down here on my internet. My access thing is all full bars. It should be working smoothly, but I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's just, maybe it's something going on with YouTube. But I hate it for you all. It's just a bad connection. But we have Oracle Ra, we have DJ Two Real, we have Tracy Mahan, and we have Romelo Darrell in Houston. Okay, so those who we have all tonight, and yeah, the class is being recorded, so I'll load up the recorded version, so it'll be a much smoother version after we finish that we'll get loaded up on here in the recorded version. I don't know what's going on with YouTube tonight, why the feed is so choppy. I've got perfect, 5 bars or full, mushroom over here on my internet things. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I apologize for it, and I'll load up the after we finish. All right, let's go ahead and get back over to what we're going to do tonight. All right, tonight we're going to do load acquisitions, because after you send them the dispatch agreement, they agree to sign your dispatch agreement, you send them the dispatch agreement, you get your profile form back. They're telling you how they want to run, what type of loads they want, what type of money they need. You have everything you need now to go out and find them loads. So now you need to get over to the load boards and find them loads. And if you're in our back office site, you're going to be able to go over here to your dispatcher tools and resources. You're going to be able to go over here, and you're going to be able to scroll down here, and you're going to go down here to our load boards. Now, the main load board I like, of course, is direct freight. That's my go-to load board. Why? Because it has so many great features. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and log into direct freight. Let me get out of this right here. We're going to go ahead and get into direct freight. And here's the reason why I like direct freight, because one of the main reasons, because you got this load map. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to do, if you've got a carrier that you just signed on, and let's say they're out of Texas, Georgia, Florida, just wherever, they're based out of the area, and they tell you that they are currently, I'm in a certain state. And here's why I like direct freight, because you can go right here and you can look at the state, you get a snapshot of the country. Okay, you look at it, you got a snapshot of the country, and you know immediately if you're going to have a problem finding your carrier loads based on the sheer volume of loads that are in and around where they're located. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got someone that's up here in Montana, North Dakota, right? You know, you're not going to have that big of a problem because freight is abundant up there now. I mean, I'm telling y'all, this is just hog heaven when it comes to freight right now, because usually up here in Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Darren would tell you those are like 2 digits and single-digit numbers, you know, historically. Right, Damon? If you're on here, Damon knows what I'm talking about. Those areas are usually like 2-digit numbers, like 29 loads, 19 loads, in some cases, single-digit numbers, 8, 9, and 10, you know, like 8, 9 loads. But here lately, there's been a high load count up here in the upper northern states. And that is not the norm. I'm just letting y'all know. So this is a great time to be in dispatch, because load availability is just incredible nowadays. You got so much freight out there, it's not even funny. Okay, even in the areas that usually have like 29 loads, 40 loads, 50 loads, they're up in the 700s, 300s, up around those areas. But you're gonna know immediately by looking at the map if your carrier, based on where they are, is gonna have a problem, if you're gonna have a problem finding them some good freight. Right? So if you got a carrier that's up here in Illinois or Indiana, you know immediately that you're not gonna have a problem finding loads. Why? Because check this out. If he's in Indiana, right, first of all, there's 4,000 loads coming out of Indiana. Right next door, there's 6,000 plus loads coming out of Illinois. On the other side, he has almost 5,000 loads coming out of right there. And in Pennsylvania, he has almost 5,000 loads. And down here, right underneath him in Kentucky, he has almost 2,500 loads. And just above, he has almost what? 3,500 loads. You got 1,300 loads. So anybody that's in this area, you know you're not going to have any problem finding them freight, because you got freight that's in an abundance all the way around them. If you're looking over here, you know, in Texas or some of the other places, you look and say, okay, definitive freight there. Looking over here, even over here now, you've got good numbers when it comes to freight. So that's why I like this load board in your load acquisition. The first thing you want to do is you want to check your load map and see just how abundant freight is in certain areas. We got a couple of questions here. The weather is so bad now. Yes, it is. I have a carrier looking for a load leaving Tennessee, but they are all going into bad weather. So, well, I mean, you know, you're going to get that this time of the year, okay? You're going to get that this time of the year. But tonight we're discussing load acquisitions, okay? How to go onto the load boards, how to analyze the load board when you're looking for loads for your carriers. Now, as you all know, I like short run loads. I do. I love short run loads. And since someone mentioned Tennessee, let's go down here to Tennessee. Okay, let's click on Tennessee. All right. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna, since someone mentioned Tennessee, we're gonna go to Tennessee. All right. And if you take a look at the load boards and see what they got going on here in Tennessee right now. Okay. What type of carrier, what type of trailer is that that guy you say you had problems finding stuff coming out of Tennessee? What is that, a flatbed, dry van, or what? Flatbed. He has tarp. Okay, that's good. All right, cool. So flatbed with tarp is what he has. Let's see here, trailer type. Let's go flatbed. We go flatbed with tarp also too. Look for both. Oh, it's a hot shot. Okay, all right. You didn't say that before. You said he said flatbed. So it's actually a hot shot. That's why you're having the problem. Okay, that's why you're having a problem. All right. What you gotta know what you're looking for. If you're dealing with hot shots, first of all, what's the max weight he can carry on his hot shot? Go ahead and unmute yourself so you can talk to me, because just texting back and forth and you're on here live with it, you can just talk to me. Who is this I'm talking with? CD. Where's CD at?
It's Carolyn. It's Carolyn.
All right, there we go. There we go. So
he has a flat, but it's 40,000 pounds.
40,000 pounds, and he's a hot shot. All right. See, that's the problem. So the problem is because that's a hot shot. Now I've kind of warned y'all about hot shots and niches and stuff like that, because you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have more difficult times.
But I was looking at flatbed with a tarp too, because he has flatbed with a tarp also.
Yeah, but he's a hot shot.
He said
he doesn't have a regular big truck, right?
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. See, and that's what I mean by niches. If it's not a big semi truck, you're gonna have problems finding freight for them as readily available as you would for those big semi trucks. Because most of the freight out there is fitted for these big trucks, And hot shots, you got a lot of shippers. The reason why they don't want their load, because you got a lot of shippers that don't want their loads being pulled by hot shots. Even though a hot shot
can carry. Has a tractor. The front part is a tractor.
Okay, so where's the hot shot thing coming in there?
The what he pulls on, the flatbed that he pulls.
Okay, you're confusing me. A hot shot. If it's a tractor trailer, if he has a tractor trailer, a semi truck, he's not a hot shot. He is not a hot shot.
Okay.
A hot shot is just a regular pickup truck with a dually, with the dual wheels, or a regular big pickup truck that's pulling a flatbed trailer. That's a hot shot.
Right.
Okay, so so he's not a hot shot. Okay. He's a regular tractor trailer flatbed.
Yeah, he's a regular tractor trailer flatbed with a tarp.
All right. So let's figure. You threw me when you threw in a hot shot. Then I'm like, okay, if he's a regular tractor trailer, he's not a hot shot. He's a regular tractor trailer flatbed.
Okay. That's what I was putting in there for the load. I searched all of those.
Okay. No, you don't want to put in a hot shot. Okay, so let's get rid of that. All right. So he's a flatbed with a flatbed tarp, and he has tarp where he can actually tarp the load. All right. So that's what we got. So let's take a look. Leaving out of Tennessee, going anywhere with a flatbed, and he doesn't want to pull more than 40,000 pounds. So that might be a problem, because a lot of flatbed loads are heavy loads. A lot of flatbed are heavy loads. That's why they're flatbed, because they can carry. The flatbed trailers are made to carry heavy weight. Okay, believe it or not, that's what they're made for.
Okay.
They can carry. Actually, they can handle the heavy weight better than a dry van can or a reefer can. That's why a lot of flatbed loads are heavyweight loads. Okay, because that's what that trailer is made for. So if you got a flatbed driver who don't want to pull heavy weight, he done picked the wrong type of business to be in. He needs to go in and get him a dry van or a reefer if he don't want to pull heavy weight. I mean, I'm just letting you know. It doesn't make sense for a flatbed driver.
I know the load that he just the load he took up, it was 47,000 pounds.
Okay.
But he did want them to negotiate with the price because it was a heavier.
Okay, like, but this is what I'm saying. If you got a driver who has chosen to be a flatbed driver, he chose that. He chose flatbed, but he's also said he don't want to pull more than 40,000 pounds. That's like an oxymoron. That doesn't.
Okay.
Those two things don't go together. Flatbed and lightweight don't go together. Flatbed is compatible or is conducive to heavyweight. That's why you have a flatbed. A flatbed trailer is actually designed to carry heavier weight. You understand what I'm saying? So most shippers that are shipping flatbed stuff like lumber, steel, rebar, all that stuff, blocks, bricks, cinder, all that stuff, it's gonna be heavy. That's why it goes on a flatbed. That's why that stuff does not go in a dry van. It doesn't go in a reefer, because the flatbeds are designed to carry that heavy type of weight. All I'm saying is, if you got a driver who wants to be flatbed, but he doesn't want to pull heavy weight, he's confused. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
He's confused because he's gonna have a difficult time trying to find a ready freight for him when he don't want to pull more than, because if you look at most of the freight, look at all this freight: 48,000, 48,000, 48,000, 42,000, 42,000, 48,000, 48,000, 48,000, 44,000, 44,000, 47,000. Because that's what flatbeds do. They pull heavy weight.
Okay.
All right, you got very few lightweight loads for flatbed. You got a $15,000 load here, 36,000 or 33,000, but the majority, predominantly about 90% of the freight, is going to be more than 40,000 pounds, because that's what goes on flatbeds. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So sometimes you as a dispatcher, and I know a lot of people won't tell you this, sometimes you as a dispatcher, you have to be selective about who you decide to contract with. Because if you contract with a person that is always going to be a problem for you finding them freight, it's taken away from you finding freight for your other carriers. Because you got to spend so much time trying to locate freight for this person who is confused about what they want to do. I want to be flatbed, but I don't want to pull heavy weight.
Okay.
I mean, come on. That's like saying I want to be a pilot, but I'm afraid to fly.
You're right. Okay.
Okay. I mean, okay. So how do you plan on working? If you're afraid to fly, but you're a pilot, them two don't go together. Flatbed and lightweight don't go together. Right. Okay. So sometimes we have to be choosy about who we choose to represent. It's not always, okay, well, I'm just trying to find somebody. Sometimes you really gotta evaluate your people. And when I run into drivers like that, I tell them up front. I say, look, I'm looking at your profile form and it's confusing. I let them know it's confusing. Now I'm being nice now when I'm saying this. Sir, right. I got your profile form, and I'm going over your profile form, and I'm a little bit confused. Help me to understand something. You are a flatbed carrier, right? Yeah. And you're an owner operator, right? Yeah. And you chose flatbed over dry van and reefer, correct? Yeah. Okay. Why did you choose flatbed? I try to get them to understand that they're not going to make a lot of money if they're choosing to be flatbed, but they say, I don't want to pull weight over 40,000 pounds.
Okay.
I mean, you really need to have that type of conversation with them to let them know that if you're choosing to be a flatbed, from what I know about flatbeds, flatbed trailers are designed. The reason why they're designed the way they are, they're designed to support heavy weight. Okay. They're designed to, because most flatbeds are carrying steel, lumber, rebar, concrete, those type of things. They're reinforced and they're designed, where their weight is distribution on them and where they're set, they're designed specifically to carry heavy weight. That's load that was weighing more than 40,000 pounds. So if you're telling me you've chosen to be a flatbed driver, but you don't want to pull weight that's over 40,000 pounds, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna make no money.
Okay.
Okay. That's like a guy said, I want to be flatbed, but I don't want to build bulkheads. I want to be a flatbed, but I don't want to. I don't want to tie down. I don't want to have to work with the straps to tie down the freight. I want to be a flatbed, but I don't want to tarp. None of that makes any sense. If you choose to be a flatbed, those are the things that you're going to have to deal with in order to make money, because that's what a flatbed is for. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So off rip, you got to have these conversations with your people when you get that profile form. And sometimes you might have to just turn down I'm a carrier. They say, but I really want to work with you. But you have to tell them, well, but I can't work with you because you're still confused about what you want to do. You say you want to make money, but you don't want to pull more than 40,000 pounds, but you've chosen to be a flatbed driver. I can't help you make money because you're still confused. Now, that's a hard conversation to have, but it's the truth. You gotta have that conversation sometime. You do have to have that conversation. And it will save you a lot of problems in the long run, because then you are setting up yourself to only work with people who are real with themselves about what they're after, what they're trying to do, and they're really out there to make money. And a lot of dispatchers run into problems because they brought those problems onto themselves. They accepted these people just because they feel like, oh, I gotta have somebody. Do you realize there's 1,000,001 carriers out there who need and want dispatch? You don't have to sign up everybody that says, I want to run with you. You don't. Because this is your business. And if you take on a problem child, you got to take away from your good children.
And that's taking away time.
Yeah. I mean, because you're dealing with your problem child and you're taking away from your good children, which is taking money out of your pocket, which is taking money out of their pocket. No, you don't have to deal with problem children. Okay, so have that conversation with them up front when you get that profile form. And you look at that profile form, you say, okay, whoa, that don't make no sense. Okay, I have that conversation with them. And if they say, well, that's just the way I want to run, okay, well, I can appreciate that, but I can't work with you. and you've been amazing. Really, you trying to be that? Yes. Unfortunately, I am, because I can't work with you. Okay. Okay. I need to work with people who want to make money. You say you want to make money, but you don't want to pull heavy weight, but you're a flatbed.
But you're not.
No, that's just, I mean, you got to have that honest conversation, because remember, you are a business and you are in business to make money. You're not in business to take on problems, to just take on all these extra problems. You're already in the business of solving problems, but you're just taking on unnecessary problems with someone who is confused about what type of about what they're doing. I mean, really, they are really confused about what they're doing. Let me check in on my YouTube people to see if I'm making sense with anybody here. I don't know if my recording has cleared up on YouTube. I hope it does clear up, but this is going to be posted later. All right. So first of all, you got to have that conversation. But let's look into what we got, and that's why you're having a problem, because he wants certain criteria that doesn't fit for a flatbed. So if he is in he's in Tennessee, you got something leaving out of Elizabethton, Tennessee, 129 trip miles going up to Color, Tennessee, and it's only 20,000 pounds, and that's pretty good money. It's paying $970. That's a good run for someone like that, because he's not going very far. He's staying in Tennessee. He's not going to deal with a whole lot of bad weather if he's staying in Tennessee, right? He's not going very far, and he's staying in Tennessee. So what you got to look for someone like that, you got to look for those shorter type of runs. Okay, a person like that is not going to run. It's not going to run long haul, because if you're doing long haul, let me show you what I'm talking about. A lot of the long haul freight, you're out here like 900 and some odd miles. See right there, that's 48,000 pounds. 48,000 pounds. 48,000 pounds. 48,000 pounds.
Now he said 40,000, but I, like what you saying, had already looked. I was looking at even 48,000. I was looking at 45,000. But my thing, what I was telling him was this, with what you said you wanted to pull, it's only going into Pennsylvania where all this weather is going,
Yeah.
all straight across.
Mhm.
I didn't see anything going down to Florida, even if it was over
Yeah. See, everybody want to go to Florida
40,000
now.
pounds. If I could bring him out the weather, right. Well, and that's where I was looking at, because he could go there, but even I was looking at the map, just looking at trying to bring him out the weather, but
Yeah.
even taking him up to Colorado, it still was going to take him through a lot of the weather.
Yeah, because hey, look, everybody, look, nobody wants to come to Florida during the whole year except for wintertime. Everybody wants to come to Florida. I mean, all of a sudden, when the weather get bad, Florida is the place to go. But everybody's always saying, man, stay out of Florida. Don't go to Florida. You can't make no money in Florida. You want to go down to Florida. But as soon as the weather get bad, everybody's trying to go to Florida. but look, let's take a look at it though. Let's take a look at it. But people got to be real about what their expectations are, because a lot of times we bring on problems for ourselves, and in this business, time is money. It really is. Time is money, and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time with a problem child, because you just, I mean, you're trying to satisfy somebody who can't be satisfied. Okay, so have that conversation early on with your potential or your prospective clients, prospective carriers, because as much as they are asking you questions and evaluating you, you should be evaluating them also. Okay, because how you set up your clientele is really going to play a huge role in how successful you are as a dispatcher in making money. Does that make sense, everybody?
Okay.
So set yourself up for success, because this is, bottom line, this is your business. This is your business. You have a right to be choosy about the clientele you are bringing on, because it's your business. It's not their business. It's not their business.
Right.
Okay, this is your business. When you are, canvassing for new clientele, you still have the right to be choosy about your clientele. You have to choose the clientele that is right for your business. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
So part of load acquisitions is making sure you got the right type of client that will allow you the ability to be able to grab them freight and make them money and make you money, and everybody will be happy. So that's part of load acquisitions. So that is part of your load acquisition. All right. Once you got the right clientele, then you got to find them freight. Okay, but you got to set yourself up for success. Okay, you got to set yourself up for success. All right. So let's take a look at this. So and I know there's a lot of freight broker trainers and dispatch trainers out there say, oh, just try to get as many people signed up as possible. No, I'm telling you, be choosy about who you sign up. I'd rather have, and to be honest with you, I'd rather have 5 dry vans and 3 reefers and 5 or 6 flatbeds that don't mind pulling heavy weight than to have 50 flatbeds that don't want to pull heavy weight. I don't want them. Because even though I got 50 flatbeds, I'm not going to be able to find no freight for them. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you'll always find freight for them dry van guys, because they want to because dry van just want to run. I'll be honest. Dry van is they're probably some of the easiest clientele to satisfy. To be honest with you. So that's why I like dry van carriers. I like flatbeds too, but they got to be flatbeds that understand their role and understand what a flatbed is for. You got somebody saying they want to be a flatbed, but they don't want to pull heavy weight, then he's confused. They are confused, and I don't mess with them. Okay, So when I get that profile form from a flatbed driver, he says that, well, I don't want to pull no heavy weight. I turn them down. I do. I turn them down, so I can't work with you. Why? Because you don't want to. Because you don't want to make no money. You don't want to pull heavy weight. That's what a flatbed is for. Okay, I turn them down. And don't be afraid to do that. You have to do that. Okay. All right. So, but anyway, let's check to see what's going down in Florida. I'm gonna see if I can help you solve your problem. Everybody want to come to Florida now. Everybody want to come to Florida. Yeah. Don't go to Florida. Man, Florida ain't got no loads. Can't make no money down there in Florida. Well, but when the weather gets bad, everybody want to come to Florida. All right. You got some loads coming out of Tennessee, coming down to Florida, Jacksonville, Cutter Bay, Punta Gorda. Actually, you got a couple of dedicated runs that's coming down here from Memphis to Punta Gorda. You got some dedicated runs, 928 miles. Loads leaving on the, but they're leaving later on this week. Loads leaving on the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. So if you've got a small, a small trucking company that has 3 trucks, they can run all 3 of their trucks down to Florida. So it looks like these loads run every day of the week. Okay, and they're all paying $2,520, and it's $2.72 per mile. That's not bad for coming down to Florida, because here's the thing: if you run them down to Florida, once they get down here, they can make all the money they want to make. If they want to come to Florida and stay in Florida for a week, you see what I'm saying? If they're concerned about bad weather, right? While the weather is bad, why not get a load running down to Florida and stay behind in Florida for the next 2 or 3 weeks? Would that make sense?
Okay. Yep. It makes total good sense.
Would that make sense? Yeah. Run them down to Florida, and then you got to talk to them about their expectations. You want to make money? Yeah, okay. You want to make money. You don't want to go in bad weather, right? Then run you behind down to Florida and stay in Florida. Because that's where the money's at if you want to just run Florida to Florida. Run a lot of short run loads, you make all the money you ever want to make. They'll probably make somewhere close to $2,000 a day, 5 days a week.
Okay.
Here in Florida. If they want to run down to Florida and stay in Florida for a while. But now if they're trying to run to Florida and then go back home, run to Florida and go back home, they ain't gonna make no money.
Okay.
Now, here's another one. Crossville to Lake City. That's another one dedicated. A lot of loads. So you got quite a bit of loads leaving from Tennessee coming down to Florida. Okay, and I'm going to guarantee you all of them are within this pay range because these are what's called lanes. These are lanes. And if we check the line haul and the lane rates, you'll find that they're probably going to be around that, from that $2.30 up to around $2.90 to $3 per mile from low to high. How do I know this? I've been doing this for a while. But let's check that. Let's check Crossville to Lake City. Let's check the lane rates, and let's go and do our lane rate calculator. Insta rate. I'm gonna add this to the back office too. I'm gonna do it. Maybe I might get to it tonight, but I'm gonna try to get it added to the night. Add this lane rate calculator to the back office site. All right. What we're looking at? Lake City, Crossville to Lake City. All right. Look at Crossville to Lake City. By the way, Lake City is right up the street from me, y'all. Did y'all know that? Lake City is like 60 miles from Tallahassee. Maybe not even that. It might be 49. It's just past Live Oak. There's Live Oak and then there's Lake City. Live Oak is like 39 miles. Lake City is like 10 miles past Live Oak. So that's right here in my backyard. Okay. Flatbed. See what that lane is paying. Looky here. Look at that. 261 line haul rate, 261, 356. But remember I told y'all between $2 and $3 is a little bit better than $3. I've been doing this for a while. I can look at the lanes and tell you about what they pay. last 90 days, the carriers that ran that exact route were paid between this and this. Okay, so that's a pretty good run. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good run for a flatbed. Come down here in Florida, they don't want to stay in Florida. They can just hang out down here in Florida and just make money. Make all the money they want to make while the weather's bad. That's what I do with a lot of my carriers who are up north and they want to escape bad weather. I find them loads coming down to Florida. I just run them in Florida for about a month or two. Just run them in Florida. I have carriers that come down to Florida, get like a 1-bedroom apartment. Seriously, they come down and get a 1-bedroom apartment. They stay in Florida for about 3 months, and they do a month-to-month lease. You know, little rent agreement, little 1-bedroom apartment, or they rent a mobile home or something, and they just stay down here in Florida, you know, doing the winter season, and they make crazy money. Don't that make more sense than running down all over the country in the cold weather and the bad weather and getting stuck? And, you know, it makes a whole lot of sense just to come on down to Florida and just stay here.
It really does.
Yeah, because I have them run down, and they come down and they stay, you know, December, January, February. They don't go back, they don't head back up north until March. So for 3 months they come down and they just hang out in Florida and make literally make, you know, flatbed making $12,000, $15,000 a week here in Florida. Because I got them just running short run loads, $800, $900 a load, 50 miles, 60 miles, 20 miles, 9 miles, 110 miles is probably the longest load that they run down here in Florida. And they're running 3 and 4 of them a day. They're making crazy money.
Something like that, I can make him stay in Florida.
Well, then that's what Florida is. How many times y'all seen me find loads? How many times have y'all seen me go to look for freight here in Florida and just find all that freight that's paying great money, short run, and showing y'all how I can make them, and carriers making, you know, great money. Have I not shown y'all that time and time again? So
yeah.
So then follow my example and talk to your carriers and have them to do just that. You can't make this stuff happen.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell them just what you said. I'm gonna be like, look, when I show you that you can make 12,000 a week, then that's where you need to stay.
Yeah, because look, and I've expressed this time and time again, you gotta have conversations with your carriers. You gotta have a relationship with your carriers, right? Y'all heard me say that. You gotta talk to these people. You can't make this stuff happen if you don't have realistic conversations with them. Not these glossy conversations. Oh, I think I can find you something, you know, up there that's gonna help you, you know, make some money up there in the north, and this and that, and, you know, find you some lightweight load because, you know, you got the ice up there and you don't want to be that heavy. Actually, if you got snow and ice, you want to be heavy. You don't want to be light running snow and ice. Come on, really? You want to be heavy.
Across the ice.
Yeah, you want to be heavy if you got snow and ice on the roads. Okay, you don't want to be light. So, like I said, a lot of these guys, they're confused about what they're doing for a living. You have to have a conversation with them to get them to be more realistic about their expectations if they're choosing these unrealistic conditions and parameters that they're setting for you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. But yeah, that lane right there is going to pay them decent money coming down. And then once they're down here in Florida, it's just, look, once they're down here in Florida, you know, if I go back over here and I go to, you know, and I look at Florida, remember, this is what time of the night? 7:55 p.m. at night. Now, if we come on here, you know, in the morning, daytime, you got a lot more loads to choose from. But we're looking at, we're at 7, 8 o'clock at night, right? And let's look at Florida, and let's look, excuse me, let's look at flatbeds. Looking at flatbed loads. You're going to hear a lot of Florida loads. Okay. Now you got some Florida, some Tampa back to Tennessee. Look at that. Ain't that something? You got some Tampa back to Tennessee, but you got a lot of Florida, Florida, Alabama, Florida, this, that, and trying to find some Florida to Texas. You got a lot of loads here that's going out, but this is 8 o'clock at night. There's from Florida to Florida right there, Florida to Florida, Florida to Florida. Let me pull up. Hold on, let me do this. This is going to tell the story right here. Short run loads. Short run loads. Look for short run loads. Here we go. See, them short run loads is mostly Florida to Florida. Okay, them short, this is what you're looking for. These short run loads, 80, 49 miles, 39 miles, 71 miles, all this stuff is Florida to Florida, right? And you got 39 miles, $6.41. Yeah, someone said, well, that's only $250. Yeah, but it's only 39 miles. You got time enough to run what?
Another level.
Yeah, you can run a bunch of them. You can run all kind of freight, running loads like that. And them $250, they will stack up. But then you can run down, you turn around, you run a $500 load. You got some 275s bite to bite to bite. What's this? Tampa to Bradenton, 49 miles. Can you not run to Bradenton if you want to and deadhead back and grab another Bradenton load and run it? And you can definitely run because, look, and those run every day. So because you got, what's the day's date? There's a third. There's the third, there's the fourth, right? Then you got the weekend coming, right? Then you got what? The 7th, the 8th. You see, these are everyday loads. That's a dedicated. That's what you want to run them back. That's what you want to run them back down to Florida. You want to put them on these dedicated like this. Because if you're running that, let's look at the one on the 3rd. If you're running that one on the 3rd, you got Tampa to Bradenton, right? And then you want to find a load that's going back to where? Tampa, because it's only 49 miles. Actually, I wouldn't run back to Tampa right away. I would do a reverse search and see what else I got that's running that I can pull and eventually get back to Tampa. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna do 25 miles here, and I'm gonna do 25 miles here again and see what's close to Bradenton. Going out elsewhere. Okay, now I'm gonna do that right there. Look, I go 6 more miles and pick up this load going in Palmetto, right? And guess what? That's a dedicated. You see what I'm saying? Right? So I can go, the first one is a dedicated, then I go 6 more miles after I drop in where? Bradenton, right? I drop in Bradenton, I go 6 miles to Palmetto, and I go to St. Cloud. And that's a dedicated. So I can run both those loads I can run both those loads in the same day, 5 days a week. Come on. I got 550 here, and I've got what here? 275 here. You see what I'm saying? So far, I'm at what? 275 plus 550. And do I still have time enough to run another load that day? Do I have time to run another load?
That's 8:15, but
yes, of course.
Because it was it's only.
So that's
it's only
825.
what 49.
Yeah, so that's 825 right there already. I got time enough to run another load, right? So I'm looking at this right here. I'm looking at, well, shoot, I can run me another load, or I can come out here and I can grab this load from Palmetto to Sanford. That's 6 miles. It's a 139-mile run, 125-mile run, 139-mile run, right? Paying about the same thing, 550, 550, 525, 522, 522, and whatnot, right? Or I can go a little bit further out and take this run from Palmetto to Jacksonville. That's probably gonna pay a little bit more money if we look up the line haul rates on it. No, the land rates. You know what I'm saying? What I'm telling you is Florida is rich with good money loads if you just stay in Florida. And this is the time of year you want to come to Florida and just stay in Florida. Because I can piece together 3 to 4 loads running out and come back in and have you doing more than $1,500, close to $2,000 a day. Because we're 850 and we're running 2 loads, and we got time enough to run another load. And if I choose this one right here on the same day, and this is a dedicated too, so we're already on that everyday run 5 days a week. So I go ahead and choose this one, and I do another reverse search on this one, and let's see if I find something going back to where? Tampa, right? Because that's where your first load started at, right? So let's see if we can find something that's headed back towards Tampa. So you got St. Cloud, and let's put in Tampa.
Okay.
And let's see if we got anything going back towards Tampa. And we're gonna go within 25 miles, pick up there, and we want to try and see if we find something that's close to Tampa, 25 miles. And let's flatbed, let's do a search. And we're still on the same track, and we're hoping for some what? Some dedicators that's going back there. Well, I don't have anything that's going that close. Let's see about within 50 miles of Tampa, because that would work too. All right, nothing within 50 miles. Let's see if something picking up within 50 miles of St. Cloud going to Tampa. Let's see how that works. All right, we got some action here. Let's cut this down and see if anything is going real close to Tampa. 25 miles. I saw something that takes you right back to Tampa. Look at that right there. Right on back to Tampa. You're gonna go 62 miles out to grab it, but you're gonna run 131 miles back to Cape Canaveral, which is less than 25 miles. But that's you're gonna go 62 miles to Cape Canaveral to pick up. Then you're gonna run 131 miles to Tampa, back to where your money load picks up at to start your next day. Y'all see what we just did, and that's $600 right there, and that's a dedicated. Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't hearing me. There's money in Florida. If you know how to do your load acquisitions right and talk to your carriers, let your carriers know. So look, it's cold weather time. You don't want to be up there in the cold weather, no way. You don't want to be up there in the ice and the snow, no way, right? Let me bring you down to Florida and keep you in Florida for about 2 or 3 months. Make you some serious money. Stay warm. Go hang out at the beach. Get you a little 1-bedroom pad down here. You be back home every night. Right? Run out, back home every night, off every weekend. On the weekend, go to Disney World. Enjoy yourself, right? Have a life. And make great money while you're doing it. So that's another $600 right there. So we add $600 to the pot.
Right at 15.
Right where I told you.
15,
right
40.
You're almost right at $1,500. And that's without negotiating any of those. If you negotiate any of them and you get an extra $50 on each one, you're over $1,600 per day. But on that right there, and then that will take you right back where? Back to where? The next day to pick up on that next day of Tampa load. Then that's gonna you're gonna run that one. Then you're gonna pick up on the next day of running that load. Then you're gonna come back. You're gonna pick up that running next on that load. So you're running 3 loads per day, 5 days a week. The same 3 loads you're running 5 days a week per day, making over $1,400 per day. And if you do it at 5 days a week, and this is in the wintertime now. In the wintertime when everybody says you can't, you don't want to be up there in the cold. You're down here in Florida, no less. In Florida, that times 5 days a week, looking at $7,100 per week here in Florida, right? And you ain't burning no fuel because you're in Florida. You're not in the mountains. You're running short run loads. You're not burning no fuel. That if you was doing that all year long here in Florida, which those are dedicated runs, times 52 weeks, $370,000 a year in Florida. 370. In Florida, that's decent money, man. Come on, one truck.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Look, there's money in Florida. If you're willing to stay in Florida, just make the money. Come on down here during these winter months, make the money, stay in Florida. Okay. There's a lot more to load acquisitions than just, looking on the load board and say, I got a load leaving from there going to here. First of all, you want to set yourself up for success. You want to have conversations with your carrier. I'm glad you came on with that carrier who says he didn't want to run more than 40,000 pounds and he's a flatbed, because that gave me the perfect opportunity to go into telling you about having your conversations with your carriers, setting yourself up for success, and not always feel like you got to accept every carrier that comes your way. No, this is your business. This is your business. Okay, you get to be choosy about who you take on as clientele. Because if you don't be choosy about who you take on as clientele, you should be setting yourself up for a whole bunch of problem child, and you ain't gonna make no money that way. Okay, this is one of the few industries and one of the few businesses that you can run from home where you could literally design your own day-to-day business structure. You can literally be choosy about the clientele you bring on. You can literally set yourself up for easy money if you do the work beforehand and be a little picky and choosy and ask some questions and have conversations with your clientele, with your prospective clientele, and you are designing your own success.
Okay.
You are crafting your own success by putting the people in place and the clients in place that you need to be in place in order for you to make money. Does that make sense to you? This is not car sales where you get where whoever walks on the lot, you don't get to choose your customers. You all actually get to choose. We get to choose our clientele. We get to pick we get to evaluate and pick. That's what that profile form is for. See, most people think that profile form that you send to the carrier, they think that's there for the carriers to tell you how they want to run. Actually, it's there for you to evaluate the carrier to see if you want to take them on as clientele. Because if you use that profile form right, if you use it right as an evaluation tool, you're going to wind up bringing on nothing but money makers, right? You're going to wind up bringing on carriers that's going to make your day easy, right? You're going to wind up bringing on carriers that you're not going to have no problem finding freight for them. Why? Because you chose them by their profile form. You chose the type of carriers you want to represent. And that's what you have to do on this side of it, on the business side of it, is be choosy about who you bring on as clientele and go ahead and lay out and craft and design your own success.
Okay.
This business is not hard when you do it that way. Y'all hear all the nightmares, people out there, my carrier want to go here, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, my carrier don't want to do this, you don't want to carry no heavy weight, my carrier don't want to go down the floor, my carrier don't want to do this. Well, you're the one who chose them, right? The carrier didn't choose you, you chose them. Now the carrier might think he's choosing you, but no, he's not. You actually get to choose your carrier. Your carrier doesn't choose you, you choose your carriers. And when you get that type of mentality, when you start thinking that way, this business becomes so easy. It becomes so easy. Because everybody's thinking, well, I gotta take on whatever carrier decides that they want to sign. No, you don't. No, you don't. Evaluate your carriers and choose the ones that you want to represent. Choose the ones that's gonna make your life easy. You have that power. Now, once you give that up, then hey, you're taking your life in your own hands. Then, when you put your life in somebody else's hands. I don't like problem children. I don't like problem childs. I don't take on problems. Okay, I'm looking for people that want to make money. I'm looking for people who are not confused about what they're doing, by this profession that they're in, and I want people who are gonna make money and allow me to help them make money, which is gonna allow me to make money for myself. And you all have that control, so you have to exercise that control. All right, this is what we got going over here on YouTube. I hope it cleared up a little bit where people can actually understand what we got going on. We got a lot of people coming over here. We got Dane W. Hello, Dane. How you doing? Simply Erica. Hello, Erica. How you doing? I knew you had problems getting on this morning, but you got that recording of this morning Lobo report, so I'm glad you was able to get that. Janelle Russell, hello, how you doing? Oracle Ross said, it's clear. I'm glad this conversation about the carrier not being a good fit is informative. Yes, you have to. you have to remember, this is your, I know I keep saying that, but this is your business. This is your business. You get to decide who you want to work with. You get to decide who your clientele is. There's not very many industries that give you all that type of comfort and that type of peace of mind. This industry, you have that. Okay, but don't let people brainwash you into thinking that the carrier chooses you. No, that's an illusion. And that's an illusion. You want the carrier to think that they're choosing you, but they're not. But you send them that profile form, and if in that profile form, you have a tool to evaluate that carrier, and you can decide at that point, you know what, I don't think we're going to be a good fit. I appreciate you, accepting my dispatch agreement, but I'm going to have to decline to represent you. And watch our fans say, why? Watch our fans, they tell them, I say, why? Right? Now they're trying to see, now they're saying, hold on. I really want to work with them. Why? And then you can have that conversation. Well, I think you're a little bit confused about what you're doing and how you want to make money. Because I'm looking at your profile form and you're telling me that you don't want to pull more than 40,000 pounds. Well, yeah, I don't want to pull more than, but you chose flatbed as the type of trailer you want to pull. Yeah, well, lightweight and flatbeds don't go together. Sometimes you have to educate them. Sometimes you do. Lightweight and flatbeds don't go together.
Don't go together.
I'm never going to be able to make you any money. Now, if you want to make money and pull lighter weight, you need to go to a dry van. Go to a dry van. I can find you all the way. I can find you all the loads you want at 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, 31,000, 34,000 pounds, 35,000 pounds, 15,000 pounds. I can find all the freight you want. But if you want to stay flatbed and pull lightweight, I can't help you.
Don't go together.
They don't go together. Flatbed's designed to pull heavy weight. That's what it's designed for. So you telling me you want to pull lightweight, but you're a flatbed, that's an oxymoron. The two don't mix. That's what's that? Vinegar and water. They don't mix. Fire and ice. They don't mix. It just doesn't work. Okay. And sometimes you have to do that. Okay. All I was saying is in this screen connected to the direct freight load board is this screen. Yeah, we are connected to the direct freight load board. All of our students get access to direct freight. Well, actually, they get access to more than 100 load boards, but that's what we do over here at the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. If you want to join our platform, you can join our platform. Now, Mika Child says facts. I had to block a carrier. I had to block a carrier potential. Hey, sometimes you got to do it. All right. So now let's have the second conversation. Now we've gone over load acquisitions. Part of load acquisition is setting yourself up for success. So when you get that profile form, this is a perfect fit because we talked about the profile form last week, and this runs right into what we talked about last week. When you get that profile form, use that profile form to evaluate those carriers and see if that carrier is going to be a good fit for you and your business. If the carrier is not a good fit, if you see something like that, I'm a flatbed, I don't want to, have to tie down stuff with the tie down. I don't want to build bulkheads. I don't want to pull a weight that's more than 35 or 40,000 pounds. Those are all warning signs, red flags. That person is going to be a problem trying to find that person freight and make money. So why even take on that problem? Let them know up front, I don't think I'm going to be able to help you. They get back on the phone and start finding that guy that's flatbed and yeah, I'm a flatbed. That's what I do. I pull heavyweight. Okay, yeah, we gonna make some money. We gonna make some money. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for. Okay, don't be so ready to take on just any and everybody just because you're just ready to find someone. No, be choosy. Be choosy. You'll be a lot happier. You make a hell of a whole lot more money. Trust me on that. All right. The other thing I want to talk about tonight, everybody. There's my Raycon, but we'll go over this next week. I'll save it. There's some Raycons that I was going to be showing y'all. One of our old Raycons that we used to do when we were brokers and we used to send out the Raycons and stuff. I was going to show y'all how to set up how a properly formatted rate card should look. But we'll do that next week, okay? Because I was about to skip a step, but we'll make sure we handle this next week. Rate confirmations, all right? But right now, what I want to go over is, look, we've all had. Let me do my close up here. We've all had that. You know, if you've been in this business long enough, Darren will tell you, "Hey, Darren, are you busy right now? He come on and talk to us real quick."
Hey, what's up, Calvin?
Hey, look, we've all had those instances where a carrier didn't want to pay us, right?
Sorry, what's your question?
We've all had a situation where a carrier didn't want to pay you.
What is your question, Calvin?
I said, we've all had a situation where a carrier refused to pay you, right?
Correct.
All right. What do you do to get your money from a carrier?
I mean, I know what I could do. He ended up paying me at the last minute, but I could actually go off of his MC. I could put a block on his MC.
Okay. That's the option that everybody goes to. Everybody follows what the DOT and the Federal Motor Carrier Association says you should do is file a claim against their MC number and DOT number, right? That's what everybody does. Mm-hmm. But does that guarantee that you will get paid?
No.
It increases the chances that you will get paid, but it doesn't guarantee you get paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Did you all know there's a guaranteed way? There's a way that you can guarantee that you get paid every time. Did you all know that? Can anybody tell me what it is? I've done it 4 times in my career and gotten paid every time.
And you're not taking them to court. You're gonna get paid right off before you get to that level, right?
No.
Before you get to the level of court.
No, take them to court. That's what the judicial system is for. Do you not have a contract? Do you not have a written agreement in the dispatch form?
Yeah.
In a dispatch agreement, is that agreement signed by both you and them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a legal, binding legal agreement, right? Written agreement in place. Do you not have the chain of evidence of every deal that you all do together? Do you not have that? Do you not are you not the one who contacts the broker? Right? You can have your phone records. You can have your phone records sent over to the court. You can have your emails. Because does the broker not email you the rate con? Right?
Exactly.
Does the broker not email you the carrier broker agreement?
Yep.
Does the carrier not email you the what? The rate con signed back to you? Does that come back to your email?
Mm-hmm.
When he drops the load in the BOL, where does he send that BOL? Who gets the BOL first?
I do.
You have a chain of evidence that links you to every part of the deal. You have a written contract that tells that you are linked to that deal legally. And what is the judicial system for? That's what the courts is for. That's what small claims courts is for. That's the exact purpose of small claims court. I've done this 4 times in my career. I've won every single time. Not only did I get my money, I got the court cost, and in 2 cases, I got what? Funds on top of that for what? Loss of time, money, pain and suffering, whatever. The judge awarded me exculpatory money on top of that. And if they don't show, guess what happened? The court rules, right? And awards you that claim. And if they don't pay, guess what? The court goes after what? Their bank account, their future money, and they take a certain percentage of it, comes to you until it's paid. Guaranteed. You are guaranteed to win every time because you have all the evidence in your favor. And I don't know for the life of me why other people why everybody in the industry, they overlook that guaranteed way of getting your money. That's what the judicial system is for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, DOT and the Federal Motor Carrier, they want you to stick within their guidelines and just do it with them because they feel like they have a certain amount of control and they don't want to get people in trouble legally. This is it, but come on, this is business, y'all. I told y'all time again, nothing interrupts the flow of business. Business is business, is it not?
It sure is.
Okay.
So I'm messing with my money.
Exactly. Take them to court. $79 to file a small claims court. I'll spend that $79 every time because I know I'm going to get it. Because I tell you all, when you all do your invoices, right, to attach a copy of what? The dispatch agreement, right? The rate card and the BOL. Don't I?
Oh, speaking of that, Kevin, can you put the link in the chat to the Square? Because it's hard to get it off the videos.
On how to sign up for Square? Yeah. Give me a second. Let me sign in.
Okay.
Let me pause my share. I want y'all seeing all my Square stuff.
You not sharing.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sharing.
On
Okay,
this side
my
now.
bad.
I don't know if you sharing
Okay.
on the YouTube
All right,
side.
my bad. Yeah, no, I'm not sharing. Okay, let me sign into my Square account. Sign into my Square account real quick. I got some stuff going on over there on Square. I want everybody to see in my Square, especially not my Square login. Okay.
Transfer all that big money to me, and I ain't got to book no.
Let me pull up my Square and see what we got going on over here. All right. So what you got to do with Square is I'm gonna go to Square Business. I'm gonna go to my business. Hold on here. Y'all give me a second here. Is it business or is it Square Loyalty Marketing Contracts? Checkout Manager. Give me a second. I got to find the right spot for it. I think it's business accounts and settings. Let me go to accounts and settings. Go to business. Oh, that's personal information. Bank accounts. All right, free processing. There it is right there. All right, here we go. Here is the link right here. This is the link. I'm going to share it with y'all right now. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. All right, I'm going to share it with everybody here. If you want to, where's my chat at? Where's my chat? There it is right in the chat. All right, to everyone. All right, here's a link to sign up with Square. And this is my referral link right here. That's my referral link right there, sign up with Square. It's at squareup.com. But there's a referral link right there. I'm gonna go over here to YouTube. Let me share my screen real quick and go over here to YouTube and share it over there with them. Over here to YouTube. And for anybody who wants to sign up with Square Business, here's where you go to sign up for Square Business. Okay. I use Square to run everything. Square is the ideal platform to get what you know to run your business. Now, disclaimer, disclosure. When signing up with Square, Square is not going to accept you as a business if everything is not in order. Okay, they're very meticulous because once you get a relationship with Square, you in there. Okay, but they're very choosy, very picky. They want to make sure that everything's in order. Everything has to be exactly the same across the board. First of all, you're not going to get a Square account if you don't have a business banking account. You got to have a business bank account. Okay. That business bank account, the name of that business bank account has to match your name on your articles of incorporation exactly. Exactly. If you have a quotation mark on one side and you don't have a quotation mark on the business, Square ain't gonna take you. I'm serious about that. It has to be exact, the same. All right. It has to be the exact same name on your EIN number. Everything has to match across the board. Your EIN number, your articles of incorporation, your business bank account, what you present over to Square, everything's got to be exactly the same. The addresses that you're using got to be exactly the same. The contact information that you use got to be exactly the same across all those different platforms, all those different areas of your business. Everything has to be exactly the same, or Square is not going to approve you. Does everybody understand that? Square is very meticulous, and you're going to have to present to Square your articles of incorporation. You got to present them your business bank account information. You got to present them your EIN number so they can check your EIN. And what they're looking for is that everything coincides. That's what they're looking for. They're looking to make sure everything coincides. And if any one of those things don't jive with the other, they're not going to approve you. Okay. Now, once you get with Square, you in there. Square, they handle all my invoices. They're done through Square, collecting my money, my credit cards and debit cards done through Square. They just click on it. They pay with a debit or credit card. I can do recurring payments, automatic payments, where it automatically charge their card. If I've got carriers that are on dedicated, and I know exactly what we're charging them every week or every month, I can set it up where it's on auto pay, and it just charges their card the same amount every week. They don't even have to look at the invoice because I got them on dedicated. You see what I'm saying? That's why I like Square. Square can take care of all of that. But you got to be straight. Everything's got to be straight when you're dealing with Square. Okay? Just make sure y'all understand that. All right. But there's a link right there to get on with Square if you want to get on with Square. Let me stop my share here real quick again. All right. Look, everybody. I hope everybody understood what I'm saying about filing your small claims. Don't be afraid to file small claims. That will get you your money every time. Because here's what's going to happen. When you file a small claim, the court is going to send them notice that that there is, there's been a court, there's been a lawsuit, there's been a small claim suit that's been filed against them. All right. The court is going to advise them on the date that they got to be in court. They got to present this and that, the evidence on the stuff. That alone, most of the time, will get people to pay up. But I've had more than 4 people who have refused to pay me, but I only had 4 that actually went to court. Okay, the rest of them, they decided to pay before that happened because when they got that notice from the court. Oh, well, this man Calvin ain't playing about his money. Yeah, we gotta pay. He's not playing about his money. He done went and filed, he done went and filed suit. Okay, so let's just pay him and get that out the way. But I had 4 that was stubborn. So to go to court. Out of the 4 that we went to court, only 2 of them actually sent a representative or showed up and all 4 of them were through a Zoom court meeting. All 4 of them were through a Zoom court meeting. 2 of them didn't show up. It was awarded, and then guess what? The next time money hit their bank account, they snatched mine out. Bam. One of them didn't even know it because he never even looked at the paperwork. He never did it. He never responded back. So we went to court and the judge against me. When they snatched out his bank account, he called me. How you gonna take my money? Because it's mine. That's how it's mine. But I didn't owe you that much. Well, that's what happens when you go to court and you lose a case. You got to pay my court costs. You got to pay for the money that I lost trying to recoup my funds. All the anguish and stuff that I suffered. This is that. All that adds up too. Okay. So yeah, but you got $500 more than what I owe you. Okay, and take it up to court. Take it up to court. You should have paid. Okay, that's what you do in business. That's what you do.
Went through his Square account or something and just took the money.
No, all right. Every business has a business bank account. If you lose a lawsuit in court, if you lose a civil suit in court and you owe someone money, the court can go after whatever way they can to collect that money from the person who owes. Y'all are aware of that, right? Including their bank accounts, their paycheck stubs. They can garnish their wages, anything that they can to get their money. Like, what's his name? O.J. Simpson is still paying money that's coming out of, he get money that's taken out of his, his royalties or whatever, and it goes to, because he lost that civil suit, right? He's still paying money. That's what happens. Even in small claims court. Okay, that is a surefire way to get your money back, to get your money every single time. Because if you all have set yourself up the way I tell y'all to do it, and just the sheer nature of dispatching, everything flows through your email address. Everything flows through you. You have in order for you to even have that carrier to be dispatched for that carrier, you got to have a pre-existing agreement for a continued relationship. That's in the statute, right? You got the dispatch agreement. That by itself gives you the legal right to take them to court because they owe you money. Then you got the transaction, right? The chain of evidence that ties you to that particular transaction that they are refusing to pay you for. You got the proof that they picked the load up. You got the proof that they dropped the load off. You got the proof that they sent stuff was sent to the West because it all went through you. And you got the proof that they got paid on it. Courts like that kind of stuff because that's an open and shut case. Just look at it. Oh, you got all this kind of favor the defendant. I'm favoring the plaintiff. Plaintiff wins. And I'm going to award you also an extra $500 for your for the lost time and pay and your pain and suffering. Court has ruled. That's it. That's it. You got all the evidence. So use it and do what you're supposed to do as a business person and go ahead and collect your money. But no one, I haven't seen I haven't seen anyone else in the industry take that route, and I don't know why. It's the obvious route to take. All right, it is the obvious route to take. Share my screen again. Check over here on my YouTube people. All right. Look, everybody, I want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. But before I go, does anybody have any questions real quick? Let's go ahead and because I want to make sure that give y'all opportunity. If you have questions about what we talked about tonight, some of the stuff about, evaluating your potential client, don't just sign up everybody just because they want to sign up with you. Make sure you evaluate, make sure they're a good fit for you, because that's what's going to determine how easy it is or it's going to determine your ability to make money. Okay, so let's keep that, have that type of mentality. Don't just say, well, I'm going to sign up people. I got to sign up people. No. Evaluate them to see if they are right for you. Okay, because that's how it's your money you're talking about. Okay. All right. You can make your life a lot easier if you go through doing that. If we don't have any questions, I appreciate y'all for joining us. As always, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my people on YouTube. I'm gonna load up the recorded version, so it's gonna be a much cleaner version that's gonna be on YouTube after about an hour from now. Once it's finished downloading, and then I'm gonna load it up, and it's be a much cleaner version. But I want to thank I can't pronounce this, Hector Kak. Like it's Russian or Czechoslovakian or something. What question should we ask when signing carriers? It's in your profile form. You should have a profile form that you're sending carrier. We went over that last week. I'm not gonna go back and go over that. I could direct you to the video. Go back to last week's training on how to dispatch. And it's easy to pull up. Just put in RBBS carrier profile form or RBBS dispatch agreement. So, and we did the dispatch training, we did the carrier profile training, and we showed y'all the carrier profile form and the questions that are in that carrier profile form. That's what your carrier profile form is for. Is your training class online? Most of our live training classes are on our YouTube channel. Okay, now all of them on that? No. If you want to have the benefit of having access to everything that our students have access, I mean, you got to join our platform. Okay, I mean, that's only so much that we can do for free. Okay, this is a business. Okay, join our platform and you have access to everything, because in our platform, our students and our platform members get access to more than 100 load boards. They get access to more than 19 million plus shippers. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this right here. This is what we do, okay? National Dispatcher Training Network, the training in the convenience of your home. Our online platform will train you to earn 100K plus from home dispatching freight and provide the online network tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. You'll get access to more than 100 load boards, access to more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos, access to more than 19 million direct shippers, access to every registered owner operator in the United States, access to our live training, access to our logistics library. You're also going to get access to all your documents, contracts, and your agreement forms, everything you're going to need to run your dispatch firm or freight brokerage firm, to include carrier profile form, to include sample dispatch agreement, to include carrier broker agreements, to include a sample onboarding, shipper onboarding site. So you get all of this stuff that we provide, which saves you all on average between $400 and $600 per month, because we provide this stuff for you all within our membership versus you have to pay for this stuff yourself. And these are things that you're gonna need if you're gonna run your dispatch firm anyway, okay? We also get access to our network of 2,967 plus industry professionals, okay? Where you all come together in our social media groups and our private clubhouse live chat group. We all get to talk to each other, help each other understand the industry and the system, help each other to make money. You all get to network with each other. Excuse me. Other training platforms generally don't allow their students to even come together and conversate with each other. We provide and encourage, ways for you all to come together and talk to each other, because we want you all talking to each other. We want you all sharing information. We want you all sharing your experiences. We want you all helping each other to be successful. So that's what it's all about. It's all about the networking, okay? So if you want to join our platform, our most popular enrollment is just $349.95. Plus tax on your enrollment fee, and $39.95 per month to access all your back office tools, resources, training, support, and all the stuff we just talked about. We have a veterans enrollment, which saves you $100 off that. So it's going to be $249.95 plus tax, and then just $29.95 per month to access all your back office tools and resources, things of that nature. We also have a $99 premium platform membership, which is just a flat $99.95 per month. And that includes everything we just talked about. Plus, you get 3 hours of private consultation with me every month, which is a $300 value, because we charge $300. We charge $100 an hour, $100 an hour for private consultations. All right. So I'm going to give you all a link to this training in the convenience of your home. I'll give you all a link to that on YouTube. So if you want to join our platform, here it comes. And there are no other training platforms out there that offer the level of stuff that we offer, with helping you save money, access to load boards, and we offer you a lot of tangible stuff that other platforms don't offer you. They offer you training, they offer you lectures and stuff like that, but they don't give you any tangible stuff that's gonna actually save you money, stuff that you're gonna use throughout your career in dispatch and freight. That's what we do. That's why when people join our platform,
and they have limited time, you have access to their information.
Exactly. We don't just give you information. We give you the tools and resources to make it happen, and the support. Okay, so and that's the big difference. That's why we're so popular. That's why people talk about us. Oh, which brings up another point. I need y'all to help me out. Facebook put me in Facebook jail for 7 days. Yeah, they put me in Facebook jail for 7 days because I made a comment. Well, I was going back and forth with some people who were coming on the Whoopi Goldberg thing about what she said about you all know what she said. Okay, was she wrong? Yes. Was she right? Yes. She was both wrong and right. Okay, but that's not why I got banned. I got banned because it was reported by a local news station here in Tallahassee. If y'all don't know anything about Tallahassee, Tallahassee is really south. It's really it is not so much North Florida. It's really South Georgia. And you got a lot of people here in this area that want things to go back to where they were back in the 1940s and 30s, and even way back to the time when we were being sold. so this is kind of like the mentality in this area. So and I'm gonna pull up because I put it on Twitter. But anyway, people were commenting and saying, well, I'm glad her blankety blank got suspended. They should fire her blankety blank. It was using the N-word and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm like, do you people even really care about Jewish people? Or you all just glad that this happened to Whoopi because of who she is and what she is and that type of stuff, right? So let me pull it up here. So pull up the tweet. Here it is right here. So I was looking at some of the stuff that they was posting and stuff and this and that. And so I asked the question. So I asked, and there was one guy who posted something that said that God, I wish I could. I think I can still pull it up on Facebook. I'm gonna try and pull it up. But I think I can still access to where it showed what he was saying, and you really have to see what he was saying to put it in context. And he had basically he had said that he's glad she got suspended. She should get suspended. This and that. And then he said that I got to show it to you because he was saying that we can't ever let people forget or let people try to make what happened in the Holocaust less than what it really was, or we can't marginalize the suffering of one race by another race. Now that was fine, and I agree with that. And so I asked him, and he said that he also said that we have to control the left so that never happens again, never again. And so what he said was eerily the same as critical race theory. So I said, so what you're saying is you support critical race theory being taught in schools? And he responded by saying, oh, hell no. Critical race theory is just racist. I'm like, hold up. But what you just described is critical race theory to the T. So what you're saying is that you only support that way of thinking if the oppressed or the marginalization of the race is white and not people of color. Because isn't what you're saying about the Holocaust the exact same thing what we're saying about slavery, that it shouldn't be marginalized by the oppression of one race over another race, that shouldn't be marginalized, and we should teach others not to ever marginalize that, and we should never let that happen again, right? And then he went on to say, well, that's different because and then he got into the reason why it was different for blacks and whites. I'm like, okay, now you just being a racist. So then I came back with a comment that got me banned, which I didn't understand that, but I'm gonna find it and show you what because I really want to find it and show it to you. It's on here. It's in my stream here somewhere because I want to show you what he was saying, what I was responding to, and I'll show you what I said that got me banned. Here we go right here. All right, this is it. Okay. Pull it up. I'll give it a second. All right. This is the post right here by WTXL, which is a local station in Tallahassee. Effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and harmful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take the time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments. The entire ABC News organization stands in solidarity with our Jewish colleagues, friends, family, and community. And I agree with that, to the point, because every CEO, of companies, they have to make judgment calls every day. And I don't have a problem with the judgment call that the president of ABC made. Okay, That's fine. What I had a problem with was all of this other people pretending to be sheep, but they're really wolves. They don't really care about the Jewish people. They just flat out racist, and we're just glad that a black person got this and this and that and this, and their comments were just so, pointed and like knife stabbing. I felt the need to, come on and just say, first of all, since you're saying that this, and this, so I'm asking you, so are you a supporter of the critical race theory? And I want to find the one that the guy said. And I'm gonna show you exactly. I hope she's suspended without pay. And then, where's the one that the guy? Hold on. I want to find it. There's someone saying that, Trump, you're fired. But there was one that the guy, I don't know if they took it down or not, but there was one that he said where he was explaining never again. Oh, here it is right here. Now see this right here. He says, thank God, someone with a little common sense. The far left needs to be controlled, and they will make history repeat itself because of their deep desire to erase it or make people believe it was not as bad as it really was. Never again, never forget. Now, has he not described the basis for critical race theory? Is that not what critical race theory is trying to do, also to educate people about slavery and the long-term effects of it, and they should never forget it for the fear that it might repeat itself again? Is that not exactly what critical race theory is? It's the same purpose, but he is advocating for it here. And then so the question comes right here. So I asked Paris Malone, so you support critical race theory being taught in schools? And then he comes back, no, critical race theory is pure racism. I'm like, oh, hold on. But you just described critical race theory here. When it's applied to people who are not people of color, it's okay. But when it's applied to people of color, it's just racist. I'm like, how does that, how does that compute? So I go on to say, he said critical race is what's called. So I say, parents, your comment described critical race theory to the T. So only white people and Jewish should never have their sufferings at the hands of another marginalized or erased. So you are an admitted hypocrite. Now, what was said later, Facebook took it off because he came back with, and I wish they hadn't took it off because I wanted y'all to see what caused me to say what I said, because he came back with, the N-word this, and they're not the same as Jewish people, and this is that, and the how we were not the same as far as on an intellectual level, and we, back then, and when we came to Africa, we were just, basically monkeys running around, and that's basically that was the conversation that he was putting out there after I, challenged him on the critical race theory being the same as what he was talking about. And that's what prompted me to say this that got me banned. So I came back with this, is what I said. First of all, this is what Facebook did. Facebook said, you can't post or comment for 7 days. It's this because you previously posted something that didn't follow our community standards. The comment goes against our standards on harassment and bullying, so only you can see it. Repeatedly violating our community standards can cause further account restrictions. If you think we've made a mistake, you can disagree with the decision. Now, here is what they said that I said that was harassing. After he done made a statement about we're not as smart as the Jewish, and we were just monkeys running around in, Pampers and the N-word, N-word that. So I come and I'm being nice. I'm being nice because I could have called him an inbred, blank to blank racist, right? But I'm being nice, and it was actually two of them because it was just, when they came in with all that stuff. So I came back, and and there's their name. And one of them said, He said, you people are just ignorant and this is and that. So you're telling me that you support anti-Semitism, being I'm anti-Jewish. And I said, I support never marginalizing the suffering of any race at the hands of another, regardless if their skin is white or black. But it's clear that most of you lily white people, now I was being nice when I said that, because I could have put another phrase, a whole bunch of other phrases that would have been a lot more accurate. I said, but it's clear that most of you little white people are quick to recognize the need to educate people on the harms of the marginalization of the Holocaust, but at the very top of your lungs, you advocate the marginalization of slavery and systemic racism in America. That got me banned. I'm like, really? That got me banned? I'm like, but that just goes to show you that systemic racism is so deep that it's embedded in the way that our culture reacts to things and the way they, it's just embedded into the DNA of this country we call America. And don't get me wrong, I love this country. I fought for this country. I've killed for this country. I'm a disabled combat veteran because I took 2 bullets for this country. But at the same time, this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never and does not love us the same way that we love it. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. And when you look at that stuff like this, and I'm being nice as I could be, as nice as I can be. I haven't told any lies. I'm being as nice as I can be, but I get banned off of a platform because I stood up to a couple of races. And I was being nice when I stood up to them. Because I could have been because I could have went the other way. I could have went so far the other way. But this is just part of the system that we have to deal with. And it's a shame because, we work with it until, we keep working with it until we can bring about change. And, I just tell people, be vigilant, don't ever bow to racists, don't ever bow to people that try to make you feel like you're less than what you are or make you feel like you don't deserve certain things, just keep plugging forward. So that's my little social comment for the day. All right. So with that being said, that's why I'm saying now is share what we have on, if you all like what we put out, share it. If you like our videos, if you like our training videos, just hit the share button on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and you share and just hit share. Share it on social media sites, tag us, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, when you share it. Share our, stuff and let people know how you feel about our platform. Don't lie. I don't want you to lie. I don't want you to embellish. Okay. If you think we're providing a great service, if you think us providing the tools and resources is something good, share that. Okay. Just share it. Tag us in it, share it on the different social media sites. You're on social media, so just share it. Okay. It said that people, when people don't like something, they'll share it with about 50 to 100 people. But when people like something, they'll share it with one person. So I'm asking y'all to do the opposite. If you like it, share it with 50 to 100 people. Okay. Just share it. That's all I'm saying. All right. I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. I do. I love each and every last one of you all. I thank you all for all the support. I truly want I want everyone who either comes in contact with what we do or see what we do on YouTube or you join our platform. I want all of you to be successful. That's why we do it. We want you to be successful. We want you to take this industry, because this industry offers so many opportunities. I have not come across an industry that offers the opportunities that are within this industry. Okay, there are so many different opportunities within this industry for you to be successful, for you to build your business and scale your business to as big, as large, and as profitable as you want it to be. So with that being said, I thank each and every last one of you all. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning for the load board report. It'll be the last day of load board report for the week. I'll be on about 6 a.m. between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. I will be on for the load board report. I'll look at what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. And Saturday morning, we will be having the Brokers Hour from 10:15 a.m. up until about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you all next week, next Thursday, for dispatch training. And I'll see you all tomorrow morning and this Saturday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.